Okay, so these are the power semiconducting devices used in SCR. Okay, now general introduction about this. For higher rating inverter, SCRs are used. If we want high rating inverter, then the power semiconducting device used is of SCR. So SCR are used for high power rating inverter. For less and medium power, square wave inverter is used. Okay, when where the requirement of power is less or medium. Okay, where the requirement of power is less or medium, which type of inverter is used? The inverter used is of square wave inverter. Then for high power rating, sinusoidal inverter is used, where the high power requirement is there. At that place is sinusoidal inverter is used. Frequency of output voltage is adjusted by making the active device on and off, whether SCR is used or MOSFET is used or IGBT is used. Okay, so how can we control the output voltage or adjust output voltage? We can control the output voltage by making the device on and off. Frequently we are making the device on and off. Okay, input source available, that is the DC. It is available from battery or solar cell, etc. Okay, the rating is this. For single phase it is 220 volt 50 hertz or 120 volt 60 hertz. Then for three phase it is 220 volt 380 volt 50 hertz. This is the basic introduction about it. Now the classification of inverter. Okay, so classification is made on the different topics. So first it is based on commutation. Now what is the meaning of commutation? Anyone can say what is the meaning of commutation? Hers?
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of commutation? No idea?
Sir, the movement, not exactly.
Okay, okay. What you have idea?
So commutation that I refer is something traveling and some movement is there.
Okay, we are studying or we have studied the DC machines as well as AC machines. Okay, so in
Okay.
electrical machines the meaning of commutation is different, and in power electronics the meaning of commutation is different. Okay, the meaning of commutation in electrical machine as well as in power electronics is not same. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in power electronics, the meaning of commutation is to make the power semiconducting devices off. Okay. The
Okay,
process
sir.
of making power semiconducting devices off is known as the commutation. So if we have a SCR, then if we want to make the SCR off, so some process we have to do. Okay, and this process is known as the commutation. Understood the meaning of commutation in power electronics?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, okay. So based on commutation, then how we are making the power semiconducting devices off? So on the basis of commutation, it is classified into two categories, that is the line commutated and force commutated. Okay, so these are the two types of inverter based on commutation. Some inverter uses line commutation and some inverter uses force commutation. Okay, so based on commutation it is classified into two categories, line commutated inverter and force commutated inverter. Okay, now generally what happens, so we are discussing the topic of commutation. So we already discussed or studied the chopper. Okay, in chopper also SCR is used. In inverter also SCR is used. Okay, in both devices, chopper as well as in inverter, SCR is used. Now chopper is working on DC, or it is DC to DC converter. We are studying this inverter. This is a DC to AC converter. Okay, so now
Yes, sir.
in inverter, SCR is used. Okay, now how can we or how this SCR becomes off? General idea. Anyone can say how SCR becomes off? In AC, we are not talking about DC. Okay, suppose we are using the SCR in a system or AC system. Okay, or simply assume that there is one circuit. Okay, AC source is there and load is there. So source, AC source is connected to load through the SCR. Understood? One load is taken and AC source is taken. This AC source is now connected to load through SCR. Okay, and at one point we are triggering the SCR. Okay, so as soon as the SCR is triggered, the source is connected to load. Okay, now at which point this SCR becomes off in AC?
Sir, when less current than holding current is getting by SCR.
Okay. What is the definition of holding current? The current, minimum current required to hold the SCR in on condition.
On condition, yes.
Okay, on condition માં રાખવા માટે જે કરંટ જોઈએ છે એને આપણે શું કહીશું? હોલ્ડિંગ કરંટ. So whenever the current flowing through the SCR becomes less than the holding current. Okay, whenever current flowing through the SCR becomes less than the holding current, at that time the SCR becomes off. Generally, okay, જ્યારે હોલ્ડિંગ કરંટ કરતા જે કરંટ SCR માંથી પાસ થાય છે એ જ્યારે ઓછો થશે હોલ્ડિંગ કરંટ કરતા, ત્યારે ઓબ્વિયસલી તમારો SCR શું થઈ જશે? ઓફ થઈ જશે. Okay, so in AC, when the current becomes less than the holding current, generally in AC system we have a positive half cycle and negative half cycle. So as the SCR becomes on, current rises, it reaches to the maximum and then once again it goes to zero. Okay, so when it reaches to the 0 point, or when the current becomes zero, at that time the SCR becomes off. Okay, understood? જ્યારે કરંટની વેલ્યુ 0 થઈ જશે ત્યારે તમારો SCR જે છે એ ઓટોમેટિકલી ઓફ થઈ જશે, કારણ કે SCR માંથી ફ્લો થતો કરંટ જે છે એ શું થઈ જશે? SCR માંથી ફ્લો થતો કરંટની વેલ્યુ 0 થઈ જશે. ઓકે, હાફ સાયકલ પૂરી થશે એટલે. So obviously the SCR becomes off because the current flowing through the SCR becomes less than the holding current. Okay, so this is known as the natural commutation. Okay, now what is the forced commutation? Forced commutation, that means we are forcefully making the SCR off. Okay, forced commutation, that means we are forcefully making the SCR off by giving reverse current or reverse voltage to the SCR. ઓકે, આપણે જ્યારે SCR ને રિવર્સ કરંટ અથવા રિવર્સ વોલ્ટેજ આપશું તો એ આપણે શું કહીએ છીએ? એને ફોર્સફુલી ઓફ કરીએ છીએ. ઓકે, So that's why it is known as the force commutation. Understood the commutation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now next classification is based on output. Based on output, that means which type of output we are getting from the inverter. Okay, generally there are main two type of inverter based on output. One is the sine wave inverter and second is the non-sinusoidal inverter. Okay, so generally this non-sinusoidal inverter is also classified into the triangular wave or rectangular wave. Okay, but we generally classify it into two categories, that is the sine wave inverter and non-sinusoidal inverter. Okay, so whatever output we are getting from the inverter, on the basis of it, inverter is classified into two categories, that is pure sine wave inverter and non-sinusoidal inverter. In non-sinusoidal inverter, it is also a triangular wave or rectangular wave, etc. Okay, so this is the second classification. Now third is the based on source. Okay, based on source, that means which type of source is utilized in the inverter, whether it is a voltage source or current source. When voltage source is used, then it is known as the voltage source inverter. When current source is used, it is known as current source inverter. So on the basis of source, it is classified into voltage source inverter and current source inverter. Next classification is based on output phase. It is single phase inverter and the three phase inverter. So on the basis of output phase, it is classified into two categories, single phase inverter and three phase inverter. Okay, next classification. Yes sir.
Above slide is also based on classification. So total 4 classifications are there.
This classification is important for classification, that is based on commutation, based on output, based on source, based on output phase, and based on connection. Okay, so based on connection, so which type of connection is there in the inverter itself. Okay, so on the basis of connection in the inverter itself, it is classified into three categories, that is the series inverter, parallel inverter and bridge inverter. And this bridge inverter is also classified into two categories, half bridge inverter and full bridge inverter. So this is the classification based on connection, series inverter, parallel inverter and bridge inverter. Okay, understood the classification of inverter. Now next is the principle of inverter. Okay, if you are not getting, then reply me. Okay, principle of inverter. Okay, generally what happens, we knew the electromagnetic induction. Okay, because we already studied, you already studied the electrical machines. Okay, so you already know the electromagnetic induction principle. Okay, so something is related with it. So the process of conversion of the DC current into AC current is based on the phenomena of electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction is the generation of electric potential difference in a conductor when it is exposed to varying the magnetic field. So when the conductor is put in a variable magnetic field, at that time EMF is induced in that conductor. This law we knew. Okay, so electromagnetic induction. So when varying magnetic field, we are taking one varying magnetic field and we are putting one conductor in this varying magnetic field, at that time the EMF is induced in this conductor. So here this figure is shown, coil is there, magnet is there, so magnet is moving to and fro. So at that time the EMF is induced in the coil. That law you already studied. Okay, So for example, if you place a coil near a rotating magnet, electric current will be induced in the coil. If the coil is the closed, then electric current will also flow through this coil. So when we are moving this magnet near to the coil, or we are taking magnet from away from this coil, at that time the EMF is induced in this coil, and if this coil is of closed type, then the electric current will flow through this coil. Okay, if we consider a system with two coils and pass DC current through one of them, now what we are considering? We are considering one system with two coils. How many coils are there? Two coils. Okay, and pass DC current through one of them. Then we assume the primary coil. Okay, so we are considering one system which has two coils, and we are passing DC current through one of them, which we know that primary coil. Okay, that coil with DC current can act analogously to the magnet, since the electric current produces the magnetic field. Okay, understood? We are taking two coils and we are passing current, DC current, through any one coil. That coil with DC current is acting as a magnet. જે આપણે અહીંયા જોયું. ઓકે, આ એક મેગ્નેટ છે અને એક કોઇલ છે. Okay, now in place of magnet, what we are taking? We are taking two coils. Okay, and we are giving one DC current to, we are giving supply to any one coil from these two. Okay, so one rule is there in electrical engineering: when current is flowing through any conductor, when current is flowing through any conductor, at that time magnetic field is produced around it. Okay, this is the one rule or law in the electrical engineering. When we are flowing current through any conductor, at that time magnetic field is produced around it. એટલે કે કોઈ પણ કંડક્ટર માંથી આપણે કરંટ ફ્લો કરાવીએ તો એ કંડક્ટર ની આજુબાજુ શું પ્રોડ્યુસ થાય છે? મેગ્નેટિક ફિલ્ડ પ્રોડ્યુસ થાય છે. Okay, so same thing here. We are taking, this is one magnet. In place of magnet, we are taking one coil, and this is the another coil. Okay, and we are giving supply to this coil. Okay, so what happens? The magnetic field is produced by this coil, which acts as a magnet. Okay, understood? If the direction of current is reversed frequently, the alternating magnetic field will induce AC current in the secondary coil. Okay, હવે આપણે શું કરીએ છીએ? In this coil we are putting one switch. આ મેગ્નેટની જગ્યા ઉપર આપણે કોઇલ લઈએ છીએ, એમાં સ્વિચ મૂકી દઈએ છીએ. So now we are changing the direction of current flowing through this coil. Okay, so as the direction of current flowing through this coil is changed, the direction of EMF or the polarity of EMF induced in the second coil will also change, and due to it the direction of current flowing through this coil is also changed. This is the principle. Understood this principle, Harsh? Harsh? My voice is audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Complete hours.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Okay, so understood this principle now. This principle you already studied in the electrical machines. Okay, so now the basic circuit of this principle of inverter. Okay, these are the two coils.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the one coil, this is the second coil. So we assume that this is the primary coil and this is the secondary coil. Okay, primary coil, that means the coil the supply which is given to the coil, that is known as the primary coil. Okay, જે coil ને આપણે supply આપી આપણા માટે primary થશે અને જેમાંથી આપણે supply લઈશું એ આપણા માટે secondary થઈ જાય. Okay, so here we assume that this is the primary coil and this is the secondary coil. Okay, in this we are using a DC source and one switch is placed or the source is given to this coil through this switch. Okay, so here what happens, the DC source is given. Okay, so when switch is connected here, at that time the DC source is given to the upper coil of this primary coil. Okay, understood? When switch is connected to upper portion, at that time this DC source is connected to the upper portion of the primary coil. Okay, so now due to it the flux is produced and this flux links with the secondary coil, so EMF is induced in the secondary coil. Okay, as per the law. Now this we assume the first half cycle. Okay, at that time the direction is like this, the direction of current flowing through this coil or this circuit is as shown in figure. Okay, now in the second half we are changing the position of the switch. Now switch is connected to lower part, so now what happens, the DC source is connected to the lower part of the primary coil. Okay, so when it is connected to lower part of the primary coil, at that time the direction of current is as shown in figure. Okay, so what happens at that time, in second half cycle the direction is reversed compared to this first half cycle. Okay, in this coil the direction is in the upper, in this case the direction of current is flowing in reverse direction. Okay, so according to that the secondary voltage we are getting or the secondary current we are getting, that is also changed, the direction is also changed in the secondary coil. So this is the principle of the inverter on which inverter operates. Okay, this is the simple case we are discussing for inverter. Understood now? According to this, this is the first half cycle in which the direction of current is like this. So at that time the current flowing in the secondary is like this. In second half cycle the direction of current flowing is like this and the current flowing in the secondary is like this. So both are the opposite. In first half cycle it is upward direction, in second half cycle it is the lower direction. Okay, now so this is the basic principle of inverter on which inverter operates. So in place of switch we are making we are putting one SCR, because SCR is also a power semiconducting switch. This is the mechanical switch, so in place of the mechanical switch we are putting one SCR or power semiconducting device which works as a switch. So this circuit works as an inverter. Okay, so this is the basic principle of inverter. Now next we discuss about the single phase series inverter. Okay, in single phase series inverter, how can we define the single phase series inverter? The name is single phase series inverter. Okay, so the commutating components L and C are connected in series with the load, therefore this inverter is called as series inverter. Okay, in series inverter we have a commutating components L and C, and this commutating component L and C are connected in series with the load. That's why this inverter is known as the series inverter. the value of commutating components are selected such that
Sir,
yes,
what is L and C, sir?
who is speaking?
Vishal Waghela, sir.
Okay, L is the inductor and C is the capacitor. You are in the final year of electrical engineering.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so commutating this inductor and capacitor makes the commutating circuit. Okay, resonance circuits L and C. Also, we can say that a commutating circuit. Okay, just to think. Okay, so this L and C is also makes the resonant circuit, or we can say that the commutating circuit. So we can say that L and C are the commutating components. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
Okay. કોઈ પણ ડાઉટ હોય પૂછી લેવાનું બરાબર ને?
હા સર.
The value of commutating components is selected such that the circuit becomes underdamped. આપણે જે component ની value select કરવાની છે કેવી હોવી જોઈએ જેના કારણે આપણી circuit જે છે underdamped બની શકે. એનો waveform કેવો આવશે હું તમને બતાવું છું હમણાં. Okay, એટલે so we have to select L and C value such that so due to this the circuit becomes underdamped. Okay, the main question in inverter is to make the SCR off. This is the major question. Then the question is how can we make the SCR off? Okay, so series resonance circuit is used to make the SCR off in series inverter. Here how can we make the SCR off? By using series resonance circuit. How series resonance circuit consists? By using components L and C. Okay, so by using component L and C we can make the series resonance circuit, and this series resonance circuit is used to make the SCR off in series inverter. Okay, now this is the basic circuit of single phase series inverter. Okay, here we have a L, C and R. So here we assume that the RLC series resonance circuit. Okay, using series resonance circuit L and C and R. Okay, source is there, in SCR is on. Okay, so now in this circuit we are making the SCR on. At any one point we are making SCR on. Okay, so when we are making SCR on, at that time what happens? The source is connected to load. Okay, so current is flowing through the SCR also. Now when SCR is off, at that time the current flowing through the SCR is 0. But as soon as the SCR becomes on, the current rises and at one point it reaches to the maximum point. Okay, now this resonance, this RLC makes the resonance circuit, so it makes the circuit underdamped. So at that time what happens? This type waveform we will get. Okay, so now current rises to the maximum point, and at this point what happens? The current becomes 0. Okay, so as soon as the current becomes 0, what happens? The SCR T1 becomes off automatically. Okay, due to this RLC resonance circuit we are getting such type of waveform of the current, load current. Okay, so at this point the current becomes 0, and current becomes 0, that means the current flowing through this SCR becomes less than the holding current and the SCR becomes off. Okay, in this manner the single phase series inverter operates, or we can say that the SCR becomes off in the series inverter. Okay, now in this series inverter, now look at this circuit. In this circuit we have used two SCR, SCR T1 and SCR T2. Okay, C component is here. Here is the L component and this is the load. Okay, so in this circuit we have a source, SCR T1, SCR T2, capacitor, inductor and load. Okay, now in the same circuit, okay, the power circuit, this is the main circuit of this series inverter. Okay, now in this circuit we are making the SCR on and off frequently. Okay, screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay, okay. So now we are discussing the operation of this series inverter. Okay, so here SCR T1 and SCR T2 are turned on at regular interval in order to achieve desirable output voltage and frequency. Whatever output voltage and frequency we need or we require, according to that we have to make the SCR1 and SCR2 turned on at regular intervals. Okay, so SCR-T2 is kept off at starting condition. What we are assuming? We are assuming that SCR-T2, this SCR-T2 is kept off at starting condition and polarity of voltage across capacitor is shown in figure. Okay, this figure is this. Okay, this is the polarity of capacitor. Okay, so what happens in starting condition? We are keeping the SCR T2 off. Okay, so at that time the polarity of capacitor is like this. Now we are discussing the operation mode 1. Okay, so voltage VDC is directly applied to RLC series circuit as the SCR T1 is turned on. Okay, as the SCR T1 is turned on, so what happens? The source is directly connected with the load. Okay, and the direction of current flowing is as shown in figure. Okay, so it is from VDC to T1 to capacitor to inductor to R, and then once again it goes to the source. Okay, so this is the direction of current flowing. Okay, the polarity of capacitor charging is shown in figure. Now what happens? Here as the current is flowing in this direction, that means this capacitor starts charging. So this plate, left hand side plate becomes positive and right hand side plate becomes negative. This is the charging polarity of the capacitor. The nature of load current is alternating as there is underdamped circuit of the commutating component. Due to the commutating component L and C, the circuit becomes underdamped circuit. Okay, so the load current, nature of the load current is of alternating type due to this commutating component. Now the voltage across capacitor becomes plus VDC when the load current becomes maximum. Okay, here see, here what happens? Gate pulse is given to this T1 SCR1. Okay, so this source is connected across this load. Now what happens? Current is flowing in this path, that source to SCR1 to CL load, and once again it goes to the source. Okay, so capacitor starts charging and this plate becomes positive, this plate becomes negative. Okay, so now when current reaches to the maximum point, load current reaches to the maximum point, at that time the capacitor C is charged, fully charged. Okay, and the voltage across this capacitor becomes plus VDC or EDC. Understood? So when current reaches to the maximum point, load current reaches to the maximum point, at that time the voltage across capacitor becomes plus VDC or plus EDC. Okay, Now what happens, as the waveform load current waveform is of alternating type due to the commutating components, the current reduces, and at this point the current reaches to the 0 point or the 0 value. Okay, so now the current flowing through the SCR1 becomes 0. Okay, so at this point, as the current flowing through this SCR1 becomes 0, it becomes off. So at this point, SCR1 becomes off. Now what happens in this time duration? From maximum current to the 0 current. Okay, so from maximum current to the 0 current, what happens? Current reduces to 0 value, but at the same time this current is also flowing through this capacitor. Okay, so the charging of capacitor continues up to the 0 current. Okay, so in this time duration capacitor continues charging. Okay, and when current becomes 0, at that time the value of charging voltage becomes equal to EDC plus EC, where EC is the initial charge across the capacitor. Okay, so this charging voltage across the capacitor becomes equal to VDC plus EC or EDC plus EC. Okay, now in this time duration, what happens? Current SCR T1 and SCR T2 both are in off condition. Not a single SCR is in on condition. Okay, so in time duration P to Q, no SCR will conduct. Okay, both are in off condition. So the charging of capacitor remains constant in this time duration. Okay, the charging of capacitor or the voltage across the capacitor remains constant in this time duration P to Q. Now at this Q point, what happens? We are triggering the SCR T2, this SCR. Okay, so at Q point SCR T2 is triggered, so this SCR T2 becomes on. Okay, now what happens? This capacitor is fully charged and voltage across this capacitor is EDC plus EC. Okay, so what happens now? Current will flow in this direction, in this part, that is from capacitor to SCR-T2 to R to L to C. Okay, in this direction current will flow. Okay, so now current is flowing in reverse direction from the capacitor. So what happens? This capacitor starts discharging. So at this point the capacitor starts discharging. Okay, and when current reaches to the negative maximum, negative maximum, at that time the voltage across the capacitor remains EDC or VDC, that is equal to source. Okay, now the current continues from 0 to maximum and once again it going to the 0 condition. So current is continuing to flow from this capacitor, so capacitor starts discharging more and it reaches to the 0 condition. Okay, now the same current so reduces, negative current reduces. So now at this point the charging voltage becomes 0. Now it charging in the negative direction. So this type right hand side plate becomes positive and left hand side plate becomes negative. So the voltage across the capacitor becomes equal to minus EC, and EC is the initial charge across the capacitor. Okay, so at this point what happens? The current becomes 0, so this SCR T2 also becomes 0 and the voltage across the capacitor remains negative EC, that is the minus EC. Okay, now once again from R to S, no SCR will on. At S point once again the capacitor SCR T1 becomes on, so current will flow from the circuit. Okay, so once again this capacitor starts charging. Okay, once again the capacitor starts charging. Okay, and this process will continue. Okay, so now SCR1 on, SCR2 on, SCR1 on, then no SCR will on, SCR2 on, then no SCR will on, then SCR1 will on. Okay, so this process is continues in the single phase of series inverter. So this is the equivalent circuit of mode 1 and mode 2 and mode 3. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit when T2 is on. Okay, so limitation of the single phase series inverter. The load current flows only during positive half cycle from supply source. Okay, if we see the circuit during positive half cycle, only current will flow from the source. Okay, in this condition what happens, the current will not flow through the source. When T1 is off, at that time current will not flow through the source. Okay, so this is the limitation. The DC supply source gets short circuited if SCR T1 and T2 are simultaneously turned on. Okay, it will get the short circuited of the source when T1 and T2 both are on simultaneously. The rating of commutating components should high because the load current flows through it. Okay, the another limitation is we have to keep the rating of commutating components high because load current will flow through it. Okay, this is one another limitation. The load voltage waveform gets distorted if dead zone time or SCR turns on time is high. Okay, if SCR turns on time is high, we will get a distorted output voltage, that is ripples in that output voltage. Okay, the maximum current during each half cycle and its time duration depends upon parameter of load. This will result in poor regulation of the inverter output. So the regulation of output voltage is also poor if the maximum current during each cycle is high. Application, it is used where fixed output voltage and frequency is required. This type of inverter generates sinusoidal voltage waveform whose output frequency is in the range of 200 Hz to 100 kHz. So it is applicable for induction heating, NUT transmitter, fluorescent light and ultrasonic generator. These are the applications of series generator. Okay, so today we discussed about the basics of inverter, that is introduction about the inverter, then classification of inverter. In classification we have a based on source, based on output phase, based on connection, based on commutation, based on output. Okay, based on connection we have a series inverter, parallel inverter and bridge inverter. Bridge inverter is classified into half bridge and full bridge inverter. Then the principle of inverter, that is electromagnetic induction, on which inverter operates. This is the basic principal circuit of inverter. Then we discuss about the single phase series inverter, simple circuit of single phase series inverter. Then the circuit of single phase series inverter with two SCR T1 and T2, how the SCR becomes on and off, how capacitor charges and discharges, and how we are getting the output voltage, as well as how we are making the SCR T1 and T2 off. And this is the limitations of the single phase series inverter, and this is the applications of single phase series inverter. Okay, so Today's up to 34 are present. Okay, remaining are
Hello,
absent.
sir.
34 students are only present.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I was unable to attend full lecture because of low charging, so I had connected
Okay,
now.
okay, no, okay, no problem. You, I
Okay,
will
sir.
see your, okay, I will see your name that it is in that or not. Yeah, yes, your name is there in the attendance. Okay, so I will also set today's presentation. Okay, you have to check in the class note or something there. Okay, I will put all the lectures notes. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, left था group માંથી.
હા સર લેફ્ટ થઈ ગયા છે હવે આપણે બી થઈ ગયા કે
પ્રતિક સાંભળો છો પ્રતિક
હા
પ્રતિક સાંભળો છો
સાંભળું છું બોલ બોલ બોલ
સમજ પડી તને સમજ પડી ગઈ
રેકોર્ડિંગ ચાલુ છે
પછી ફોન કરું તને સ્પેશિયલ
રેકોર્ડિંગ ચાલુ છે ખાલી સર લેફ્ટ થયા છે. એટેન્ડન્સ થઈ ગયું.
હો થઈ ગયું છે અટેન્ડન્સ સરે લઈ લીધી તો હે પ્રતિક સર નું લેક્ચર છે
હા જોઈન કરીએ.